What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League, where we have some action lined up for you guys tonight that I don't think you're going to want to miss. As we start off in the Titan League, we make our way down to the Novice League, and then a banger in the Challenger League to finish off the night. And I'm joined by one of the legends of Nemesis himself, Mr. Jaegers. How are we feeling?
I'm doing fantastic, Magic. Thank you for asking. How are you doing, my good sir?
I'm very good. I'm excited for what is going to be a very exciting showdown with an undefeated Titan team. But before we get that far, we have some, quick players of the league to get through. So I'll start us off where in the Titan League, Mr. Recollect from the Bananas is taking that one. So congratulations to him. Rival League, we have Alex from Arrival. That team is popping off. Not surprised with that selection. Then Challenger, it is Creer from Orbit. So congratulations to those three, and you can round us off.
All right, awesome. So for Prospect, it's a little too gunky, as we got Marco too gunky from the Wyverns, Novice, Speed Demon from Frost, and Provisional, we got Nally 158 from the Sirens. Also, if you don't upload replays, you're not gonna be able to make it for Player of the Week. We can't upload stats if that's the case. And with that, we are through with Players of the Week.
Yep, and with that said, we have two very packed rosters with a lot of recognizable names. So be my guest and run us through the rosters.
Yeah, absolutely. For the Dragons team, the undefeated Dragons team, mind you, it looks like we got Vulcan, Bluey, and Mayo. Mayo and Vulcan have been around this league. They were rival a couple seasons ago. I'm not sure this past season, and Bluey's been a mainstay in the Titan League. I believe originally he was on the Reapers. I mean, he plays like a 2K. He's only 1968, but the man pops off, obviously, for an undefeated Dragons team. And on the Krakens, my actual home org, we have Ibonic, Isaac, and Cotney. All three of those players were in the rival league last season, all 1700s, but I mean, they are a good team whenever they get going. They have had a rough patch recently. Let me look at their record. I believe they are 3-6, so there is room for improvement. But what a way to improve other than by giving the Dragons their first loss of the season.
That is exactly right. What a test for a game. Well, you're 3-6, and you got to get things turned around quick before you're a little bit too far behind. And they have the 9-0 Dragons as the test tonight. And I think I expect the prediction, but throw it at me.
Yeah, no, I do see Dragons taking this one 3-1. Excuse me, game number 4. I do see Krakens putting up a good fight. See them being close games, but I'm not sure if this Krakens team is ready.
Yeah, and the Dragons, they got put to the test on Monday with a Game 5 win, so they keep their undefeated season alive up to Wednesday here. Not the same story for the Krakens as they fell down 0-3 in their match, so they're looking to bounce back here against the number 1 team in Titan. As things will start off pretty even in the midfield, teams fighting for possession and 50s. Maybe an open net here. Isaac is back, though, to take care of the situation. Off the back, kind of awkward. Cotney will help out, and Ibonic will catch it. Tries to take up the wall, but Mayo is having none of it. He'll play a 50, but that is right past his face. Cleared quickly to the other half. Ibonic looking to get the scoring started, but Vulcan all over that situation. He shuts it down before it gets dangerous. And Bluey, not a great touch, and that's going to relieve all the pressure. First minute gone by. Kraken's holding their own. Not too many mistakes to really speak of.
No, I mean the Dragons have had all the pressure. Krakens are having a bit of a difficult time getting out of their half. A good little play there. Cotney off the back wall, gonna get a demo, and Isaac gonna put a shot. Mayo a little bit
Ooh,
blocked by the shadow, and Ibonic gonna get a nice 50 and puts in the back of the net for the first lead of the game.
that is a suffocating 50. Maya, you saw he had to dodge the spawn from his teammate, and that kind of screwed him up to get into a position to take that 50. And not the best 50 at that as he goes right into the bottom left corner, gets the scoring started off for the Krakens. So Ibonic will be the first one to get his name on the screen. Ibonic right back to the scene of the crime. Enough boost to get it around at least two people, but the second one will make contact. Vulcan, a really nice cut.
Oh, what a nice
corner.
shot!
Vulcan, that's a recognizable name right there, and he's doing what he does.
And you know, it really shows you don't have to put a lot of pace as long as you place it perfectly, top right, and even if you didn't have it, Bluey was gonna finish it off, and we got a tie ball game.
That was a very nice shot, and a shot that was needed, because when you drop that first goal, what a dominating 50 from Ibonic. You kind of got to scratch your head a little bit, because it wasn't really a hard-earned goal. It was just a bad situation to find yourself in, but that is a very hard-earned goal.
Oh my
Ibonic, he has so
goodness.
much space to work with. Goes for the flip, cannot get it by the charging defender. That wasted no time to shut that play down. Isaac gets to clear off the backboard. No pass, well, no connection for that pass from Vulcan as nobody was in the area. Isaac gets a free clear and 3 points. Throws it at Mayo, who will do his best to catch it. But Ibonic's same situation, dunks him out on that sidewall. This time not into the back of his net, which is probably a much better story for Mayo. Bad whiff comes through. Mayo had a chance to shoot, but there is a third man there, and we stay tied with 3 minutes left to go. Both teams having plenty of chances here. Ibonic trying to get the lead, cannot do it, no boost.
And yeah, I've noticed for this Dragons roster, they're not playing with their full starting roster. Close one by Vulcan, but I'm seeing a lot of double commits from this Dragons team. They're putting up good pressure, but they're really double committing where there really doesn't need to be a double commit, and that could just be chopped up to chemistry issues. But all that could be fixed with some good communication. So look for as the game goes on for a little bit better rotations from this Dragons roster.
Yeah, and guys like Isaac and Bluey, who are somewhat quiet in this first game, I think second and third in total score in the Titan League. So some high action-powered offense from these two teams. Bluey is, I think, first overall in goals this season. So him finding himself not in the back of the net yet has to feel good for the Krakens. They're doing something right. Ibonic looking for the redirect, almost finds it. But a good save comes through from Vulcan, who's having a very stellar performance in our game number 1. And he's back to the scene of the crime looking for a shot. Ibonic, he is there in time, and he clears it the entire length of the pitch. Demo coming through, though. Probably a chance to breathe for the Dragons. You can see Bluey's going to take his time with this. Kind of just launches it up. Not much of a play there, but Vulcan, he is speedy with it, trying to find that read off the corner. A little bit above his pay grade with that bounce straight down. Isaac can't find contact, and he fakes out the entire defense, and he's able to recover and get back to the ball. Vulcan, same situation, chance number 2. He does find contact, but no goal. Minute and 20 left to go here, Jaegers. Krakens are looking pretty good.
Yeah, no, I mean, they have all the pressure. They're doing a good job keeping the pressure on the Krakens because this Krakens roster is a very mechanical team. And if you give them even an inch of space, they'll take it. And they'll hit a flip reset, double tap on you. So very good by the Dragons. But really, there's not a lot of substance from this Dragons attack. They're putting shots on target, but nothing really too threatening that the Krakens can't handle. So look for the Dragons, switch it up, and I mean go for some demos to really open up this Krakens defense.
Yeah, you're right. And the story of the Kraken season, I think all 3 of them are in the top 10 for goals scored this season, and only Bluey is on the list. Well, he is number 1, but still, the game plan is usually score a lot of goals for the Krakens, but let a lot go through, and they've only let 1 go by, so pretty good cleanup on the defensive end. Ibonic tries to read Bluey here. Kind of throws it right back at him. Bluey, great handle of the situation. That's off the backboard, awkward. Ibonic looking for the bump, but Mayo, he does not like that idea, and he's going to clear it across the pitch. Bluey's there, but Mayo will settle underneath it. Vulcan, 4 seconds left to go. Has a pre-jumping teammate looking for a pinch. It was a nice idea, but it will hit the turf, and we have a tie game heading into overtime.
Yeah, no, that would have been so pretty, but I mean, the Dragons just not able to finish it off. Mayo's gonna get a good clear here, but Bonnet gets a touch, pass it off to Cotney, and Cotney with the 1-1 situation. The man's always been dangerous in 1-on-ones.
There is, and Isaac, he is also known for the mechanics, but he just has to put a shot on target there. Not the best one of his career, is it? It's a slow bouncer. Here goes
Oh
Iconic
my!
looking for the read, almost goes top corner. The defense does take care of it before it gets into their net. That would have been a nice way to finish off game number one, and a huge upset in game number one if he had found it. But the Dragons, they're holding on. 9-0 record, and there's a reason why. They don't let games like this go by easy. They've only dropped 7 games all season long. So it is a very rare situation to find them with their backs against the wall like this, against the struggling Kraken's team. Vulcan, good 50. Isaac first to the scene of the crime with no boost. So that will clean up very quickly. Cotney at least gets a piece of this one to keep it out of harm's way. Another 50 comes through. Cotney, probably no boost, going to throw this away to Isaac. Isaac, enough boost to get to it. Pass infield to Ibonic, and Ibonic, he will get a shot on target, but Mayo stays in front of it. Minute gone by with overtime. Both teams having chances. Really, the Kraken's looking more comfortable.
And yeah, I mean, this Dragons team no stranger to overtimes. I was watching their game on Monday against the Bananas, and 4 of their 5 games, if I remember correctly, ended up going to overtime. So I mean, this Dragons team's been in this situation before. Something that kind of surprises me on the Dragons defense, however, is whenever I believe it was Ibonic was taking a shot and the Dragons had a bit of a miscommunication on defense, bumped into each other, could have been highly detrimental and could have led to a goal by the Krakens. And I can't help but feel like they got away from one there.
Yeah, we find ourselves scoreless nonetheless. 7 minutes of gameplay gone by. Bluey trying to get started. He has yet to find the back of the net. The goal leader of Titan League. Not having so much luck here against the defense. The Krakens is not known for defense. But they're doing an amazing job here in game one. Good clear by Bluey. Mayo is next in line, just picking up save after save is this Dragons team. Mayo looking to get over the top of Isaac. Isaac does not like that idea. Triple commit in the midfield pretty much as all three go by to the ball, but somehow they don't get punished for it. Probably a lack of boost for the Dragons. Mayo, free ball, gets it over Ibonic. Ibonic takes it to his own corner, enough boost to work with. He's going to take his time here. Bluey, good challenge. And that pinches to the space where Isaac and Mayo will meet it. Mayo wins that challenge. Cotney has to make a save here. He does so. And Bluey's there to meet him. Vulcan looking for a shot.
This could be it. Oh my goodness!
Mayo was bumping so much, but no contact comes through. But we stay here in overtime in game one.
And that Magic, that was an open net. That was a win right there. And I mean, he just missed it. He'll get another chance, of course, but man, oh man, I mean, chances like that don't come too often, especially in Titan.
Yeah, he wants that one back for sure. Vulcan, he is known for slotting every opportunity he is given. That one was not the case. That pinches right to Vulcan, where he has enough boost to have some redemption, but dunked out immediately by Isaac. Bluey is there to take care of it. He'll stay with it. Gets it past Cotney. He stays with it. Isaac gets the last back. A good flick, but that is too high, and Isaac will get the clear. Mayo gets a touch, not the best, but Vulcan is there to help out. Cotney, he's up quick to this one. Bluey with another save. This Dragons team, they are just picking up save medal after save medal. The tally up to about 11. Demo comes through onto Cotney. This is their chance, but Ibonic handles the danger pretty easily. The bumps are the game plan right now, and that's all 3 players have committed situation. Bluey will get back in time, as the Krakens were not ready for a counterattack. The shot top corner, Mayo will make the save. He is up to a savior medal himself. Excuse me, 6 saves. This dude is having an incredible game with saves on the defensive end. Vulcan looking to finish it now, and he gets it done.
Goodness.
And that is game number 1.
Oh my goodness, Magic. I saw Vulcan cut past one. I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to get it back around, and he just saved it. And Vulcan gonna finish off this game 1 and almost a second Rocket League game just there. 4 minutes of overtime. And I mean, look for both teams to maybe take a second readying back up because I mean that was a long one. Gotta catch your breath after that one.
Yeah, that's one of those you gotta stretch your neck a little bit, put the controller down, and brace yourself to get back to the pitch. But I mean, even Vulcan with the 2 goals, it still felt like Mayo was running that game on both ends of the field. I mean, 1 assist, but the real thing we're looking at here, 6 saves from a guy who was pretty much left back a lot and made the best of the situation and gets his team the game 1 win. The undefeated Krakens start off on the right foot after about 2 games of Rocket League, as you said. They do get the job done on game 1 as we head to Urban Central.
Yeah, no, I mean the Krakens had a few good shots here and there and really held their own on defense. I know we talked about them being an offensive team, but I mean this Krakens roster played extremely well on defense, and to hold the undefeated Dragons to only 2 goals in this game 1 is a very impressive feat.
It really is. And the defense, they got spread thin a little bit there in that last game for the Dragons. See if they can have a much better, much cleaner performance here on their defensive end. And maybe find themselves staying a lot more in the Kraken's half. So that's what they're more used to. Krakens, they had a great game 1, but they couldn't finish it off. So see if they can bounce back here, shake off the tilt. Because that is a horrible bounce for Mayo to read.
Oh, what
But
a
huge
save!
save from Bluey. This defense from the Dragons is so stellar right now, Jaegers.
No, it really is. I mean, like I knew there was a chance he'd get back, but I mean it was so slim, and he did an amazing job getting behind the ball, keeping it off the goal line, and keeping this game scoreless at least for now.
Great touch for Mayo. Vulcan finds the pass, but the third man in Bluey, he is back in Narnia, taking his sweet time to collect boost. So that play will not end up being too much to worry about. The Kraken's Vulcan gets the flip, will not elect to use it. Might have not got the flip after all. Cotney gets it past 1, but there is Mr. Bluey coming off his incredible save to race back and make another clear to the corner. Cotney, it's been pretty quiet this first couple games so far for a guy that's known for his mechanics. He hasn't had many opportunities to show them. But we're scoreless here in game 1. The Krakens are happy with that, I'm sure. Against a 9-0 team, finding themselves in such close games has to be a bit of confidence.
Oh, absolutely. Ibonic taking a shot there. Nothing really of substance as Dragons seem like really content, at least at the moment, to just park the bus. Vulcan gets a good attempt here, gets a 50, and I mean, I don't know. It seems like whenever the Krakens are on offense, like it seems like the Dragons do have it mostly under control, with the exception of that great save by Bluey. But on the flip side, I mean, it seems like the Dragons just have had much better chances on offense, and I mean, just clean mechanical chances, and you usually expect that from uh, a Kraken's roster such as this. Cotney, you were asking for him to show up earlier, and here he is putting Kraken's up 1 with half the game gone by.
Yeah, Bluey, he took it to the corner, but not the pinch he was looking for. As the pinch is back towards his own net, and the feasting Krakens will take care of that every day of the week. It's an opportunity like that does not present itself too often against a team like the Dragons. Big clear comes through Isaac. He has it under control. Mayo is there. That would have been a nice clear into the top corner, but it does go wide. And here's Isaac looking for the double. If he can find it, the defense is in the area, but nobody finds contact but Isaac. But it will be cleared away. Ibonic will set up a 2v2 here, as I do believe we have a Rule 1. So we'll see who's been putting in more hours in the twos playlist. So that is not a great touch from Ibonic. And that is an even worse touch from Connie by Bluey. Bluey whiffs. Bluey had an open net. Nobody within a square mile, but he just didn't feel like it.
Oh my goodness, Magic! My hands are on my head right now. I all but expected that to be a goal. A nice pass from Vulcan. Bluey is able to find the touch, and this Dragons roster is still down by 1, and we're gonna make it a 2-goal lead from Cotney. Kraken's up by 2, winning the 2v2.
The most efficient top goal scorer in all of Titan could not score the easiest goal the provisional players could put away most of the time. I mean, I hate to dog on the guy, but damn, that was a freebie. And now they're down 2 goals against the Krakens, who are known for their offense. So we'll see if they can keep it going.
Well, you know, Magic, it happens. Everyone has hiccups sometimes. And then just look for Bluey to bounce back. Very good player. It doesn't happen often. But I mean, man, just not what his team needed. Couldn't have come at a worse time. Being down by one, make it two. And with a minute left, this Dragons team is just trying to get out of defense.
Yeah, to be fair, I think it could have come at a worse time. Finding themselves up 1-0 in the series, and you see they can regain from it. It's not like this is a game 5 where they just cost themselves the series. They're still in this thing. And if they can somehow mount a comeback here with a minute left to go, there is definitely a chance for them to turn this game around and get up to 2-0 in the series. But the Krakens, see what they have to say about that. Is kickoff very important here, and it's a good one at that. But Isaac first to it, tries to get it past Mayo. He does so. Bluey, he's going to take control of this. Settles under it with the flip, gets it past Cotney. Isaac there to meet him. And a big 50 goes right to the arms of Vulcan. Throws it off the corner. Good shot from Mayo.
Save.
And Isaac picks up the Savior medal. Clears it out of harm's way. Bluey, good first touch. Dumps it off to Vulcan. Good defense. Redirect comes through. Iconic top corner. Mayo. He is ruining all kinds of nice shots today. 30 seconds left to go here. Bluey looking to get something started here.
Oh.
Ibonic's all over it. Just 20 seconds left to go. They got to go to the length of the pitch here. Vulcan to the ceiling. All over it is Cotney. Isaac, I don't know about that challenge being up a goal. Kind of gives them a bit of a chance here. The Dragons have enough boost to even get it to the other side of the field. Ibonic midfield. Isaac looking to finish it. Does not do so, but they stay in the lead, and that will be enough to finish it. Oh, the Dibbo. He would have had another goal, but Bluey didn't feel like it. And we have a tied series.
Yeah, no, Isaac, a good 50 there to finish it off. It looked like Dragons may have had a chance to bring up the wall, but Isaac got put that one to bed. 2-1. We're going to game 3, tied up in this very pivotal game number 3. The winner will put their team on match point. And, I mean, the Dragons had a chance there, Magic. They had a few shots that they should have made, and, I mean, the Krakens capitalized just when they need to. Dragons scored that one goal with a minute left. Looked like they had a little bit of life in them. But, I mean, the Krakens able to put it away.
Yeah, I mean, when you're the number one scorer in the Titan League, I guess we'll let you have a pass there with that one, because that was the game deciding not goal. I would say if he has that, we probably find ourselves in overtime, all things staying the same.
Yeah.
But either way, game 3, Topia Coliseum, Krakens are holding their own against an undefeated team that has not shown much weakness. They have the best record game score wise in the entire league. And everything puts the test here. Bluey, solid kickoff. Tries to follow it through. Mayo doesn't find the corner read. Or does Cotney do it for him? Cotney does it for him. Nice read there. Ibonic kind of outpacing the ball with that read. No boost. Does get a piece of it. Isaac kills Mayo for his crimes. And the ball will just sit here in the midfield. We'll take a quick intermission for somebody to come get it. Cotney will find the ball in his hands. Isaac looking for the pass out to Cotney. Cotney fakes it, we'll call it. And Ibonic will try to recover the situation. First 30 seconds a bit interesting.
My goodness, Mayo gonna take the shot, but Cotney is there. And, Magic, I wasn't sure who was going to shoot that one there because, I mean, it was just so close. There were so many attackers. And then Mayo just came out of nowhere to put it on target. But, I mean, Cotney able to save it away, keep the score tied.
Yeah, and a good speed by Vulcan here. The defense from the Dragons, it's pretty good. They only allowed one goal in 3v3 last game. So we'll see if they can keep that storyline going here with more good defense.
Oh my goodness.
Free net at the wrong time. Castor Curse has done it. Ibonic puts it in the net.
And I mean, Bluey was doing his best to get back, but Ibonic just gonna tap it a little too hard, and Bluey not quite able to make the touch. I mean, I'm just not enough boost, and Kraken's up 1-0.
Yep, and the first minute was a bit interesting for sure, to say the least, but it will be a 1-0 lead for the Krakens here in game number 3 to start us off. Cotney looking to get Mekki with it. Bluey is pre-jumping him, but he does not find contact. Where is the defense? They're sleeping. Isaac puts it in.
And I mean, Isaac, all he had to do there was wait. I mean, it looked like the defense was expecting that second touch by Cotney, a touch that never came. And, I mean, Kraken's up by 2.
Yep, and a very weird situation to find ourselves in. Vulcan seems to be AFK right now. So this is going to be a bit of an interesting moment to find ourselves in, as he is back now. That was getting scary for a second there for the undefeated season, but he does come back in time, and they will find themselves needing 2 goals here in Game 3, or they will be put on match point. Cotney in the corner. Mayo playing great defense all series long, keeps it going. Bluey looking to get the scoring going for the Dragons. Cannot do it. Flick is too high. And Vulcan will throw it at Cotney, who has a million square meters of space to get it to Ibonic. And a good touch off the sidewall will clear it the length of the pitch. Mayo looking for a shot. He'll just take a shot on target points, but no goal to come from it. Cotney playing really good defense here in this game number 3. Bumped off the play is Isaac, but Ibonic very quick to the ball to keep it going. Bluey stays with it. Not the best second touch, but there's nobody from the Krakens nearby until Ibonic comes racing in. But this Dragons team, they look like they don't have an answer for what the Krakens are throwing at them right now.
They really don't. They're a little cautious, playing a very deep third man. Make sure no potential long shots get past them. A little wary of what happened with that second goal. But I mean that's not really what they need to be doing right now. They need to find ways to pull out this offense. Because right now, like, the Krakens have just really been popping off on offense, demoing the Dragons for their efforts. Mayo gets a nice touch there, pops it up, but Cotney going to be able to hit it away. And it really just looks like the Krakens have woken up, and ever since then haven't given the Dragons a chance.
Yeah, you're right. I think the thing to notice is all of these touches come through
Oh
and they're
my
so
goodness.
powerful. Every touch Ibonic gets is either a double tap or a goal. Like, he always has follow up, and they never give any free chances to the Dragons. This Ibonic slots it in between the 2 defenders, and this is just not getting pretty for the Dragons as they are held scoreless so far in Game 3.
And the Kraken's offense is just so unpredictable. It's very hard to find out who's shooting the ball, who's going to be that last fatal touch. And I mean, the Dragons are just having a bit of difficulty figuring out who that is on defense, let alone offense. They need to figure out some
Oh
stuff
my
on defense. Mayo doesn't find the touch, but Bluey able to hit it away and picks up the boost, tries to start something here.
Yeah, and I called him out. Ibonic is having an incredible performance for his
Oh my
team as
goodness.
Cotney will throw it across the pitch, but Bluey with a great read hits it off the corner and follows up. But we need more of those, and more of those that go towards the Kraken's net, because 0-3 is not looking good. Bluey puts it in midfield. Double commit is the little bit of sunshine that comes from that play if you're a Dragons fan, because they cannot find any way past a Kraken's defense that is not known for defense, but they're somehow getting it done in this series against the top dogs. That's clear to the corner. Vulcan, it's now or never for this team. They have to put it in the back of the net, and they will do so. Bluey finally puts it in the net.
And nice pass from Vulcan to stop the bleeding. Bluey puts it in. And with 40 seconds left, I have seen crazier things happen, Magic. I've seen 4-goal comebacks in 30 seconds. So, I mean, this really wouldn't be out the realm of possibility. But it looks like the Dragons just need to find a way to gain some momentum back after that 3-goal, 3-goal outpouring from Krakens.
Yeah, 30 seconds is not a lot of time to get it done. Bonic having great 50s in this series, and another one there. Cotney, good speed.
Oh,
Isaac, he has a free net, and he will take it. 4-1. The Krakens are going to put the undefeated Dragons on match point to start us off here for our first matchup of the night. And I mean, you said 3-1 Dragons, but it might be the other way if the Krakens keep it up.
It may have flipped. Who knows, Magic? But I do see this Dragons team is a little bit out of sync with not their full lineup being here. Could have something to do with it. Especially if you don't play with your sub too often, it really throws you off whack, throws the rotations up, and it just really messes up the whole thing. But right now, this Krakens team is playing extremely well and looking for their 4th win of the season. Mayo gonna put one there, a little consolation prize to bring us into Game 4 to Forbidden Temple.
Yeah, I don't think Mayo really cares about that goal. His eyes are already set on winning back-to-back games here, or their undefeated season is no more. Krakens is really showing why we think they're not a 3-6 team. Like, they are playing at a level that you'd expect from a top team, and they're kind of just in the lower half of things, but they're, we'll call it, peaking at the right time against the right team. on stream here to show everybody, what they're capable of if they click and all on the same day. So, what is the game plan here for the Dragons Jaegers? Because they were looked completely lost in the last game.
I think and Vulcan's doing it right now. I think they need to take a second, calm down, and maybe just talk it out. Because this Dragons team they looked good in the first few minutes of the first game. We're going to have a Bluey leave the match. I'm not sure what's going on with that. But they just need to figure it out. The talent's there. It's just really a chemistry issue. Maybe bring out a few demos, mess up this Kraken's rotation. Because right now this Kraken's team's firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, they got to do something differently because whatever they're doing right now, Krakens are having no trouble reading it. Mayo up quick to this, doesn't get the reset, so they'll have to put a basic shot on target. Goes for the bump instead, and that is kind of an open net. If Bluey can find it, he does. So 10 seconds in, Bluey gets started.
And whenever I was watching that Banana series on Monday Magic, Dragons let up like 4 goals in the first 10 seconds and 1 goal in the first 10 seconds in 4 straight games. It's about time their luck flipped their way.
Here it is, and a good kickoff from Mayo, but Cottony with a hard cheat will take it and hits it off the ceiling. Demo comes through into Isaac, so no immediate shot until Ibonic gets there. Full clear makes Isaac have to use the newly collected boost on a call he was probably not hoping for. Does get back to the ball. That's a great touch by Isaac, and Isaac will put it in the net and tie us up immediately.
And just beats out the defender. Nice touch. Mayo was not expecting it. And sometimes that's all you need. Just a little tap around the defender and the goal is yours. Isaac gonna tie up this game number 4.
Yep, 29 seconds gone by and we've already seen 2 goals after a few games of really good defense. None so far in this game. Mayo with a good touch clears it over the top, and he'll get back to it. Soft touch to stay with it. Cottony throws it at Bluey. Bluey has boost to work with. Gets it past 1, but Isaac on the backboard will clear it up and make Vulcan catch it awkwardly here for Vulcan. He does get the 100 boost, but quickly challenged by Cottony. He doesn't find contact on the ball, but does get the bump. Ibonic, very nice touch, gets it off to teammate on the right side. But no shot comes through. Bluey looking for the touch on the pre-flip. He does get it. Is that slotted? No, it is not. But Mayo will keep it in. Steals the corner boost and gets it past 1. Cottony. He sees Bluey waiting, and he makes an amazing touch, making Vulcan have a save. That would have been a crazy goal, but no problem with the save there from Vulcan. Demo's coming through like crazy. Vulcan getting paid back for his crimes. Isaac off the wall. Gets it past 1 off the backboard. Bluey with a whip. That cannot happen in a must-win game from your top player. Bluey not having a great game right here.
And Isaac, a nice pass. Bluey just not able to find the touch, and Ibonic was there, and they take the lead in this game 4. But I will say this about game 4's Magic. It is on Forbidden Temple, and we have seen some crazy things happen on Forbidden Temple. And so I believe the best is in front of us.
I sure hope so, because I'm looking forward to a long series.
What a shot.
All over it. The defense was not ready for that. Might have been some bumps coming through. Isaac, just not a good touch. Really the best way to put it. Just did not get a touch that he needs in that situation. Cottony not enough boost to make the save. As the corner spawned late, we find ourselves tied 2-2 as we take a breath here. Back on even footing in a very big game. Bluey cannot get it past Cottony. Vulcan is there looking for the double. Take the lead, cannot find it. Vulcan, leave it for Mayo. Good first touch, but Cottony very quick to the ball. He has picked up the pace from the first few games and is looking really good in these last couple.
And a nice shot there. It looks like it's just going to be on target. My heart stopped for a second there, Magic. I wasn't sure, but it's a good thing Blue was there to put that one away.
Yeah, he is in the right place at the right time. Bit of a pre-flip. Might have missed on the first one, but he does get the touch on the second one off the post. A 3-2 lead here for the Dragons. Looking to send us to Champions Field. Bluey. Solid kickoff goes right where he was hoping. But the demo onto Vulcan shuts the play down before it even gets started. Cottony gets past 1. Bluey is there off the backboard. Ibonic playing incredible in this series. And he takes care of Isaac. That first touch a bit too strong to stay with. And Mayo is all over. Bluey looking for the corner read. Gets it past midfield. Off the backboard is Mayo's touch. And nobody there to follow up. Not much of an angle nonetheless. Cotney does not find the double in that one, so free touch for Vulcan, who's looking for demos like crazy here in this game number 4, trying to get something going. Big 50 comes through. Isaac gets it past Mayo, a big time beat. And Vulcan will throw it ahead to Mayo, but Cotney, the speed is showing through. Bluey will clear it the entire length of the pitch. Up 1 goal is the Dragons with their undefeated season on the line. They're looking a little bit better in this game, Jaegers.
They really are. They really look like they came alive. The last 2 games, they've just looked a little bit lax, a little bit slow. Krakens were beating them to every ball, and I mean, with these last few goals, it looks like the Dragons have really woken up. What a pass by Bluey off the pinch, and what a goal by Mayo. Puts his team up by 2, and 1 step closer to the all-wanting game number 5.
Cotney, I mean, I have to dog on him there. That was not the touch he needed to make. He saw Bluey pre-jumping for a solid 2 seconds, but still elected to make contact with that 50, and he just gets dominated in his own corner. And the pass goes midfield. He probably had a chance to take it up the wall and keep it out of harm's way.
Oh, what a demo!
Oh, that has to be top corner from Vulcan. Finally, an opportunity came to him. He hasn't found the back of the net yet, unlike his teammates who both have 2 goals. That was his first real chance. Vulcan is beat to this one by Isaac. Ibonic will play a 50. Bluey looking for bumps. I don't know if it's really needed now. They're up 2 goals. Probably best to shell up and play defense. Isaac cannot reach it. Ibonic, a free ball, but 3 defenders in the area of the net. Means it'll be an easy save. Cleared the entire length of the pitch. Isaac up to Ibonic. Is this the chance? Down back to Isaac. Isaac not really able to get to that pass. Cotney will help out, but this play will shut down very quickly and go the other way. Vulcan gets it past 1, but he is bumped off. Isaac throw it to the corner. Mayo first to it. Can't get the dunk. Bluey free ball. He'll throw it upfield. Just killing time at this point is the game plan. The Krakens, they're not showing really the performance that they did in the first few.
Yeah, no, I mean, this Dragons team at the moment really just needs to park the bus, play the long game as they wait out the seconds. They're up by 2. They just need to play defense. And this Krakens team, you are right, Magic. They're really not playing as good as they were and in games 2 and 3. But I really equate that to the Dragons just playing a little bit slower in those 2 games. And whenever they're waking up, this Krakens team just wasn't quite ready for it. A nice shot there, however. A little bit of tomfoolery, perhaps, with 9 seconds left, only down by 1. This game isn't over.
Yeah, in the first few games, 3 goals, that would have been enough to win the game, but they let through 4 this game. That's been their downfall all season, is letting up too many, and that might be the story here in game number 4. Unless there's some kickoff shenanigans coming through. Ibonic will be first to it. He leaves it for Isaac, but I don't think that was expected in the comms, as this one would be easily hit the ground for a touch. That will hit the turf immediately, and we find ourselves going to game 5, Jaegers. You expected a 3-1 for the Dragons. You might get a 3-2.
I did. Yeah, Magic, I did say that. However, I did say it was also going to be close. Game 5, that's as close as it gets.
Mm-hmm.
And Krakens, 1 game away from knocking the Dragons off their pedestal. And if you're the Dragons, you got to be a little bit nervous.
Yeah, and to achieve 10-0, you have to be near perfect. And they're being put to the test here against Kraken's team that came to play. They came to play as an entire 3-man unit. You can see it happening in front of our eyes right now as we head to Champions Field. Undefeated season on the line for the Dragons. And a team of Ibonic, Isaac, and Cotney, 3 mechanical masterminds, looking to put some more goals in the back of their net and take this series.
And I mean, really, the Kraken's players have been good in every single league. Prospect, novice for some of them, rival, challenger, and now they're popping off in Titan, ready to knock this undefeated team off their pedestal. It's really good for this Kraken's roster. And I mean, even if they don't actually win this game, they've just shown that they can keep up with the big boys. They're better than their record, and I'm let's just get into it.
Yeah, and we saw Pinnacle, the other undefeated team, fall on Monday, so it might be the weeks for the Titans falling here in the Titan League, as now it's the Dragons being put to the test. Out of Game 5, Cotney cannot find contact, so Bluey, they'll take the clear all day long. Ibonic settles under it. Backflip comes through. Maybe the nerves starting to come in for these two teams. As a lot slower pace. But a few mistakes already. In this game number 5, good shot from Ibonic off a nice pass, but Bluey takes care of it. Falcon with the follow-up, no boost, means Isaac with a free touch. Mayo has been there all series long, and he's there once again to dump it off to Bluey. Ibonic to the corner, Isaac is there, he'll throw it towards the net. Mayo has to make another save. Isaac will get back on the ball very quickly, wasting no time. Ceiling pinch over to Cottney. Cottney finds the double midfield. Ibonic goes as third man, gets a touch. Otherwise, that would have been an easy counterattack with Isaac running back as fast as he could. But first minute gone by, Jaegers. We have a what looks like a close game 5.
Hey, fingers crossed. Hopefully it's not a blowout. Shot by Ibonic. Defense was ready for it, however. And Bluey going to get the nice half flip. Tries to get it out, but Cottney keeps up. Vulcan does his best, hit it across. Ibonic gets the touch, however. But it looks like Bluey's able to hit it away. And a quiet first really minute of this game has really sped up in the last 10 seconds.
Yeah, and Isaac, he had a chance to put that left side of the goal, and he threw it at the two defenders sitting on the ground in net, so he wants that one back for sure. Somehow gets a touch there. First 2 minutes have been pretty even, but plenty of chances for these teams. Double demo comes through. Huge 50 from Vulcan, but Isaac had the same idea.
He has that.
Bluey with a chance to score, and he will take it. That's the goals you have to have for Bluey, and he gets it started.
And no, as soon as Bluey went up with it, I mean, I just saw he had it. Ibonic with the unfortunate side flip. Cottney did his best to put his hand up. But the Dragons are going to take first blood in this game 5.
Yeah, and another backflip coming through from Ibonic. That's 2 already, and that one, he was the only person with a chance to get up to that ball. And another chance here, but Ibonic, he will make up for his prior mistake. Pass infield. Cottney with a good touch. Ibonic was not ready for the pass back. Would have been a nice play if they could finish it off. Isaac off the ceiling. Ibonic is there. That's 2 men gone forward, but Cottney with a very ballsy challenge gets it done and keeps the pressure on. Isaac trying to beat out Mayo, but Mayo, he is too quick for that kind of thing. Bluey easily beats out Isaac. And Ibonic will have to buy some time here for his recovering teammates. Not the best touch. Shot on target. Cottney's there. Tries to race up to the wall to meet Mayo. Mayo is faster. And Isaac, not a great touch. That's almost on target. Ibonic will get a touch, and Cottney will be there to clear up the situation. Double commit comes through. Ibonic will have plenty of time here to collect the ball. Tries to get it past Bluey. He'll take the 50 over the top. Was a dunk by Ibonic on the Vulcan, but Vulcan gets it past. 2 minutes left to go here. Cottney trying to get it started. Ibonic committed too early. The ball was not in front of the net yet. And what would have been potentially a chance to put it on target turns into a bit of nothing.
And a lot of back and forth. Very good chances on either side. On the Dragon side, they did have a chance at an open net. The Dragons player opted for the placement and placed it a little too far into the corner. I mean, Dragons still up by 1, much to the Kraken's chagrin.
Yeah, they've had plenty of chances. The Krakens decided to say another one. Not sure how that one goes into the net. Just a bit of an overcommit Vulcan. You can see him half-flipping, trying to make the best of a very awkward situation, but Isaac not making contact really throws off Vulcan, and neither defender of Mayo or Bluey is up to the task for Ibonic's shot. We find ourselves tied here, Jaegers. Game 5, can you really paint a better picture for how close the series has been?
You really can't, and I mean, for the Kraken side, sometimes you just gotta take shots, and Vulcan took a shot there off the kickoff and put his team back up by 1, eliminating really what happened in the past 10 seconds or so.
Really a lazy challenge by Isaac, really slow pace, and Cottney probably been an even worse one than his teammate. Ibonic, he just had to watch that go into his net. Nothing he could have done about it. That has to hurt. No boost, he'll try to dunk. Nothing happens. Cottney, another bad touch coming through, and the Dragons are starting to take control, and Bluey, he is there, and we have a 3-1 lead for the Dragons. The Krakens, they're just falling apart.
And I mean, this Dragons team is really popping off, and not a second too soon, putting 2 goals in. I mean, tied for the highest scoring difference in this series, and with a minute left, it's looking more and more likely that the Dragons' undefeated record is going to stay unblemished at least another day.
Yeah, for a team that's only dropped 7 individual games, You got to be kind of surprised that the Krakens were able to take another 2 off of them and raise that to 9. They would have much preferred the series win as Vulcan. He is just twirling in the air, plenty of boost to work with. Good flick by Ibonic. Maybe now is the chance. A good flick comes up top. Isaac, no way he is scoring that one. And Bluey will settle underneath it. Big 50 by Connie. He does not want to watch this game go by with them down on the scoreboard. But that is pretty much the game plan here for the Dragons. As time is ticking away, Isaac gets the flip and not enough boost to get back to it. Connie and Ibonic both in the same spot. And a weak shot comes through from Connie. 20 seconds left to go here in Nigers. I think we will keep ourselves with one undefeated team in the Titan League, as Vulcan will make sure of it.
I mean, 12 seconds left. Anything can happen. But I think you're right, Magic. This Kraken's team can't get on offense fast enough in order to make a meaningful attack. And this Dragons team is going to be the last undefeated team in Titan. And I mean, looking really good for that Titan championship, at least halfway through the season.
Yeah, 5 weeks gone by. They are unblemished on the record. It's ironic. He's had enough. He's just going to park the bus and wait for the nonsense to really get over with. Isaac, he wants to keep it going. And I think that will be the end of our series. You had to have a banger when you get the #1 team in Titan on stream, and they did not disappoint for our first matchup of the night.
Absolutely not. And take a bow, Krakens. They played extremely well. And I mean, this was a close game in and out. And I mean, what a match to start off this stream, and a good stream. Up next, it looks like who's up next? Give me a sec. Give me a sec.
You get that? Yep.
We got Vikings versus the Wisps. Wisps 7-2. It's a very hard team name to say, and the Vikings 5-4, looking to knock down the Wisps.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You hear that all the time. But yeah, the gang is going to try to get it done. Mr. Vokes and the squad looking to keep it going. But after a long series, we're going to take a very quick short break. And we'll be back very quickly for our Novice League game.
See ya. I'll just smile and wave.
I'm cold steel stainless. My glass half full. Always said don't suffer no fools. Serpents daydream. I bite, you call me lovely. Got a sweet tooth. Gonna get the sugar from you. When they say I'm a machine gun, I take it as a compliment. Honey, you should know I can be a weapon. I can be a weapon. Come cold blood, selfish. Your words are painless. I like when I drive and feel so dangerous. They say I'm a red flag, 'cause they want it so bad. You should know I'm holding on to what I have. When they say I'm a machine gun, I take it as a compliment. Honey, you should know I can be a weapon. Left me in this mess, I'm falling. Heaven knows. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Nemesis Gaming League. I'm Gallium, and oh boy, it's a great day to get some carball going right in front of your screens. And this matchup's going to be an absolute banger coming out of the Novice League. We have the Vikings taking on the Wisps. It's a battle, and it's going to be a good one here today. I'm joined by Austin Rockerman. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. I mean, Galen, we just had an absolute banger in the last one where the Dragons got pushed to the brink. The Krakens couldn't quite pull it off, though. An exciting game 5. Congrats to them on staying undefeated. And, you know, with the way things line up here, this one could also be a banger matchup. The Wisps have been great all season. Made some moves here, made some trades. And then they're going up against the Vikings, who they've been hot recently. If I recall correctly, I think they've won either their last 4 or 4 of their last 5 matches here. So they're going to be coming in hot, and it should be a spicy one.
It's going to be a spicy one indeed, as both these teams have some excellent players. The Wisps are going to have Vokes, Cognition, and Ahmed rounding out their starting 3. And the Vikings are going to have CJ Fire, CA7, and Brad McSnack Rap. Oh boy, that's a mouthful. On the Vikings rounding out They're 3. So, I mean, anything else you can tell us about these two teams, or we can just hop it right into predictions?
Well, I think both these teams, they're very solid, and what you'll see is Cognition. He was actually in my org on Genesis up until very recently. He just got traded over to the Wisps. They really wanted him, so we made a trade happen, and now he's heading over there. And this Wisps team, they are going to be very, very good. They have been one of the best teams all season long here, and they are going to be very dangerous with Vokes, who was absolutely insane last season in the Prospect League, winning the championship with the Melons, and was the #1 overall pick in Novice. So people know him, and apparently this Ahmed guy is very good as well. People have been touting him up. And then Cognition, #3 in player rating. So honestly, the Wisps are definitely the favorite here, and they're gonna start out with the first goal here to kick things off.
That is an absolute banger of a goal coming from Ahmed. He's just gonna sling that ball into the back of the net, and this Wisps team on paper is unfair. We'll see if the Vikings can have a response for this absolute banger of a shot. Holy.
Yeah, we'll have to see. It's gonna be interesting to see what the Vikings can do. I don't recognize too many of their players here on this one. I think CA7 was on Faded last season, maybe, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, and I think he was on the Rooks, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, as CJ Fire gonna put one back in the net. The Vikings are now on the board.
Hey, well, no matter what team he was on last season, he had a banger pass there, and CJ is gonna slot it in the back of the net. Good follow-up from him to put it in, and excellent start there for the Vikings.
The Vikings started it off strong. They're starting their voyage to try to beat this Wisps team, who are looking incredible right now. But Brad gonna try to put one in the back of the net, but it's gonna be the man himself, CA7, gonna get one on the board.
Yeah, nice one here. Good kickoff positioning. This ball just bounces right off the post, and Vokes just a little bit too slow to make the turn and try to jump up for that one. Those ones are always dangerous. You got to be quick to jump up in front of the net, and right there, Vikings very speedy and able to get on it, and that's a good answer to the Wisps, who were likely the heavy favorites here as this one's sent back, but CA7 is going to shut it down.
CA7 is just that guy right now. I mean, he's looking really fast, and this whole Vikings team looking quick, and they're in the Wisps zone as we speak, just applying so much pressure as Brad's going to take a shot. That's going to go into the net, and it will. He's unable to make the save, but Brad going to get his first goal of the game.
Brad McSnack Wrap here, looking for a sponsorship for McDonald's there. He's putting that one in the back of the net. A nice shot, and the Vikings, they're coming hot, and like I said, they have been doing very well their last couple matches here. Just kind of rolling, to be honest. And it's all about peaking at the right time, especially as we're approaching the halfway point. And for them, winning 4 of their last 6 here, and both their losses in those 6 games going to game 5. So this is a really hot team, kind of an underdog team, and they're here to play right now, going up 3-1 here as we're only about a minute and a half in.
This just proves that I think chemistry is more important than mechanics, and we're seeing it right now. Not necessarily because the Vikings have less mechanics, it's just their positioning is on point right now as we see double commit going out from the Wisps. I'm assuming it was accidental, as Ahmed is going to put it out to the middle. Brad has a touch. He's going to send it out back to the Wisps. Cognition has an attempt on the ball. He's going to be denied by Cat. CJ trying to get it down the field. That's open. Can CA7 get back to that ball? He's unable to, but CJ can get a touch. Can he get a double? No. Cognition, again, with a beautiful touch. And this has just been a defensive battle so far. But wait, CA7, he breaks through. He gets it over 1. He tries to get it over 2. He does. Brad with the finish. He can't quite finish it. And it's still 3-1.
Oh, no, it's such a good play there, but an average novice moment there as they cannot finish off the open net, but some good passing plays, and it just goes to show these Vikings players, they know how to find each other, and they know how to set up some plays here. So they may not be as well known, but right now they're definitely making a name, sans the open net right there.
It's so unfortunate. They hit all the difficult shots, but they missed the easy one. That's just how things go sometimes in Rocket League, as Brad is going to get a clear off of an accidental Ahmed pass. Cognition off the backboard to Vokes, who gets a decent touch in the Viking zone. The Wisps need to maintain pressure if they want to stay in this one. CA7 up with Cognition. Cognition wins that battle. CJ Fire with Vokes. Vokes gets an excellent touch, but it's not quite out to a teammate without a Vikings player absolutely snapping it up. Brad, he gets a good 50 out to the sidewall, but Ahmed meets it right there. CA7 gonna get it down to CJ Fire, who's gonna have a lane to the net. Can he get it towards the middle? No, he can't. Ahmed, a beautiful touch. CA7 now out to the middle. Here's where the Wisps can shine. They need to set up in this offensive zone in order to at least try to come back against this Vikings team. And I'm wondering, Rockerman, if there's anything in particular you need to see from this Wisps team.
I mean, for the Wisps here, I think they're just missing out a little bit on the rotations. I think more so the Vikings have just played a solid game, kept the pressure, and the Wisps are just a little bit slower in this one. And sometimes those games happen, maybe trying to find their way in the series. But yeah, there've been a couple times where the Wisps have just been beat to the ball, maybe just a little bit slow to challenge. So just be confident in themselves and challenge quickly, and I think they'll have a better shot here as the final seconds tick down.
We have 30 seconds left in this game. The Vikings, I think, surprising most people and having the lead right now, and they have a 3-1 lead as Brad gonna pop it. He's gonna try for a double here. He almost gets the touch, but he fakes one out in the process. That's his second goal.
Yeah, nice one here. As Brad he just sends it up, and sometimes the fakes work out here as he doesn't quite touch it, and Ahmed just can't quite get back to that one. But the Vikings really putting some work in here to start things off. 4 goals to their name, and that's exactly how you want to start a game number 1 here as they're looking to keep things rolling.
Let's hope they can keep things rolling, because this Wisps team won't let them go that easily, as we haven't seen it in game 1, but hopefully in game 2 is 8 seconds left. They're just going to try to pop it down, waste off the rest of this game 1, which has been easily won by the Vikings. And oh boy, this is going to be one heck of a series, Rocker Man, as game number 1 goes to the Vikings.
Yeah, the Vikings, some solid plays. I mean, all things considered, they had a couple of really good solo plays, a couple of great passes, and they just it was just a solid game, all things considered. I mean, Brad McSnackwrap, just an absolute performance there with 2 goals, 2 saves. He's really putting on those shots as well. More shots than the entire Wisp team combined. So Brad, he's really putting in that work. And when you put a lot of shots like that, Gallium, it's going to be tough to really do anything as the opposing team. So for the Wisps, they gotta come back here and try to regain and get some of their pressure back.
I think the key difference between the two teams is how just different the Vikings play from most novice teams. You'll see in the novice league, you have a more mechanical team, you'll win 99% of the time, it seems, in the novice league. But this Vikings team, they are mechanical, but they're playing so solidly together. And you usually see that in Prospect and Chally, where the more solid teams, they start winning games. So, I mean, this novice team, if they can keep this same team going for the rest of the season, I mean, they're a championship contender. I know it's a little too early to call, but I mean, they look like they can make some sort of a playoff run if they make it.
No, I think that's actually a great point that you make right there with novice. You're exactly right. All these teams, the teams that go far in novice, they're always the mechanical demons. They just try to outspeed, but it seems like you're exactly right. The Vikings, they play these rotations. They've found these passing plays, found some bumps, found some demos, which you rarely see in a novice league, which I'm loving to see here. Giving some newfound skill to the novice league, which it bumped up a lot this season, from previous seasons in terms of MMR wise. And the Vikings really trying to show up and say, hey, novices, maybe we'll miss a couple open nets, but for the most part, we're pretty solid here.
I think that's just the name of the game here in the novice league. A miss is bound to happen for one of these teams, but hasn't happened too often, as both these teams are excelling in their mechanics as we speak. Vokes gonna get it to the sidewall. Let's see what he can do. He's an excellent player for this Wisps team. The A7 is gonna pop it up over one defender. Cognition, the unfortunate result of that one. The ball being sent to the ceiling, and that's where Ahmed is laying in wait. It's going to be CJ with the clear, and he pops it right back down to Vokes, who has a shot. But what a beautiful save from CA7. I'm kind of confused how that one didn't go in the net.
Yeah, just a little hectic chaos there on the goal line, but excellent save, and the Vikings locking it down as both these teams trying to find something. It was a quick scoring first game as a nice little pass comes down, but CA7 can't quite put it through. But yeah, it's a little bit back and forth here. Both these teams trying to find their opportunities. The Vikings knowing that, hey, they've been able to play solid, but the Wisps trying to turn up the heat a little bit as they're trying to avoid some demos here as they set things up. And Vokes, speaking of demos, looking for one of his own, trying to find the shot, but Brad all over that one. And yeah, we're locked up at 0-0 here still. And both these teams just really trying to find a way right now in this game too.
Oh, and that might just be it, as that was going to be a top corner shot, but it's saved away. A pass from Brad over to CJ. Can he double? No, he can't. Oh, CA7 unfortunately misses that touch, and that's going to kill the Vikings mentality. We'll see if it does. CJ going to save that ball. Ahmed tries to take another shot. It's going to be CA7 with the defense again. Brad going to get it over to Cognition, who has a beautiful touch to the midfield. Let's see what he can do with the ball. Tries to flick one, but it's denied from CJ. An excellent defensive play from him, and most of these players in the midfield have been kind of denying each other. We'll see if that continues, but Vokes has gotten behind the defense. He gets bumped, but he makes a play. Get in the gym.
Oh my goodness, Vokes just somehow making his way through here. There's two defenders right there, and he just runs them over and drives it into the net. I thought for sure that he was going to get demoed or bumped out of the way there for a second, but Vokes, that guy, there's a big reason he was the #1 overall pick. He's got a big body there, and he's able to put it in the back of the net, and the Wisps, they're able to take the lead here in game number 2.
And this is exactly what you want after being defeated pretty handily game 1. You need to take the lead here and establish some sort of dominance. As, oh my goodness, Ahmed, you are a novice player. You can't be attempting to hit those. As Cognition, I think, is going to go for the same type of shot. He attempts it, but it's going to be defended right away. But Ahmed, again, off the backboard. Never mind. It's just going to go straight in the net. What a shot.
Yeah, nice little play here. CJ trying to clear it out, and then CA7 just kind of gets stuck in no man's land right there, and then a bump comes through at the very end. But Ahmed, nice shot there, able to just place it perfectly, enough power to get in top bins. And Wisps here finding 2 goals, so really kind of shutting down the Vikings here. There hasn't been too much that they've been able to do. It's just the Wisps have been able to capitalize, and they have a 2-goal lead here, a minute and a half remaining.
And this is exactly when you need to just kind of park the bus if you're the Wisps. You can't let the Vikings have any semblance of offense, and we haven't really seen it here yet, as the Vikings, even though they have 6 shots, it doesn't really feel like they're applying enough pressure to this Wisps back line, as Vokes, part of that back line, is going to send it down, but it's going to be Cognition who's going to have 1 touch, and he sends it right towards the net. An unfortunate triple commit from the Vikings is going to leave them awkward, but CA7 gets that pressure-freeing demo. And that's going to send the Vikings down the pitch, where Brad going to attempt a shot there. A little, I mean, hey, if he hit that, that would have been in the clips of the week, I can tell you that much. Vokes over to CJ, who gets it over to Ahmed, who has an attempt of a play. He's going to get bumped away, and now it's CJ over to CA7. He's going to put it on the roof of his car. 40 seconds left. Can the Vikings get a goal to make this a 1-goal difference? Brad to Vokes, who clears it to CJ, who's going to get a ball to the backboard, but Ahmed denies it with that big body Fennec. The meta nowadays. Brad going to have boost. He has some time, and now he has even more time. The first player missed, and now the second player gets an amazing 50 at the goal line. 15 seconds left. CJ now is going to get 50'd out by Cognition. Brad pops 1 time. CA7 going to get the pinch with him. Ahmed trying to make a play, but they don't really need to, as time is going to expire. The Wisps are going to take game number 2.
Yeah, the Wisps, just a solid game, all things considered here. There wasn't too much craziness really that went down in this game. The Wisps just capitalized on their opportunities. They had more shots. All things considered, it was a pretty even affair. For the most part, the Wisps just kind of, they just parked the bus. They got the lead early, and then just sat things down. And sometimes it's all you got to do, and that's a good answer from them. Didn't really let the Vikings get going, get to their passing plays, which they were doing so well in that game number 1. So just a solid performance, all things considered. So if the Wisps, you're happy with that. If you're the Vikings, heading into this game number 3, you got to try to look for each other more and see if you can get some through. I mean, they had, what is that? 7 shots that came through, but pretty much all of them were saved away by the Wisps. So the Vikings got to look to see if they can get a little more offense, find those passing plays, and maybe find the passing plays. I think also they might have been looking a little too much for those passing plays in the last one a couple of times. But as we head into game 3, we're gonna have to see what they can pull out. It's gonna be a crucial one, which means we got a guaranteed for Ben Temple though. Which is always exciting, always a little crazy there. Guaranteed for Ben Temple, but we got to get through game 3 first.
And this game 3 is the pivot point, the turning point, if you will. And whoever wins this one is gonna have a pretty good chance of winning the entire series. And with the Wisps winning that last game, they have all the momentum here in this game number 3 on Utopia Coliseum. The ball is sent into the midfield, and that's where Ahmed is laying in wait. He gets a nice pop. It's over to Cognition, who gets an amazing touch. But CJ gonna get that touch right back, but Vokes has an attempt there. He puts it off the backboard. Ahmed gonna ground it over to Brad. Now it's CA7 with the bump attempt, or maybe a redirect down the pitch. An amazing attempt from the Vikings, just won't go for them. We'll see if they can have more opportunities down the line. CA7 over to CJ. He's going to get one touch, going to get a second. Will that go in? Oh, just saved away from Ahmed. I mean, this defense right now, it's looking like a whole nother game.
Yeah, the defense, it's a little crazy here in the first little bit here. Both these teams trying to lock it down. Oh my goodness, a crazy attempt there from Ahmed, but couldn't quite find it. And you can kind of see it looks like the pace is just absolutely picked up here in the first minute. You can see it, both these teams knowing that, hey, this is a game that we need to try and win here. You put yourselves on match point here to take this series. So both of them going as quick as they can to try to make it happen.
We'll see if one team has the upper hand where, I will say in the shots department, they are deadlocked at 1. Not really many shots. It's more just to the backboard and the back wall as Ahmed gets an interesting double touch. I appreciate the effort as CJ misses his touch, but it's going to be Brad who has control. He gets a nice 50. Ahmed, from his defensive end, is going to get an air dribble, and beautiful control from him. It's off the backboard. Can Vokes make contact? No, he can't. And with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left, this Wisps team is knocking on the doorstep.
Yeah, they're really trying to push it through, and you see the mechanics coming out. We mentioned it. The Vikings seemed like one of those teams that, they have some mechanics, but they're going to go for the passing plays. But the Wisps, they seem like a very, very mechanical team. And, you see it right there with Ahmed trying to put that one in the back of the net. But it hasn't quite worked out yet here as we're about 2 minutes gone by in this one. The Vikings looking to break out here, trying to find those passing plays, trying to break through as they're still pushing. And yeah, we're gonna have to see, is it gonna be the mechanics or is it gonna be the rotations? Who's gonna break through in this game 3?
We'll have to see. As Cognition, he's gonna have an attempt, and oh my, what a pinch. Unfortunately, a teammate was not there. As the demo comes out from CA7, a common appearance it seems in these games. CJ Fire gonna try to get a touch, but gets bumped out by his teammate. CA7 not making the touch. Brad, he's gonna cleverly fake the defense, or sorry, fake the attacker. Rather, Vokes gonna send it to the backboard. It's gonna be up for anybody, and it's gonna be Ahmed making contact. There's no way he doubles that. Oh my goodness, he's had a heart attack there as CA7 gonna send it down once again. It's now in the Wisp zone where Ahmed has control. CA7 again with another demo. It's looking like a demolition crew out there for the Vikings. Something that needs to be ramped up a little bit if they want to pass through this Wisps team. Ahmed over to CA7. He has one touch. Can he get a second? He does. Over to CJ. He can't get it in the back of the net. It's going to be Brad. Pops it off the sidewall. It's going to be Ahmed with the touch. Out to midfield it goes. For the millionth time, it seems, CJ Fire and Ahmed, they have a little bit of a collision. It's going to be CJ Fire winning that, and oh my, what a play.
CJ Fire just able to sneak it through. It's just been so much back and forth in the midfield, and this ball just up, and Cognition stuck on the backboard, and CJ, he says, I got to take it low. He was sliding in the back of the net, a huge goal to kind of break things open here. Finally in this game, it seems like it's been a lot of back and forth in this one, but finally some pressure put on the Wisps here by the Vikings.
And that's exactly what you want to see if you are a Vikings fan. The Vikings just going ham right now in the offensive zone. They're getting balls to the backboard. They're pushing the Wisps' limits on defense, and the Wisps are feeling a little uncomfortable right now. We'll see if that continues with less than a minute left in this one. CJ to the side. It's going to be popped up for CA7. He can't get a decent touch. Brad over to Vokes, and now it's going to be a Vokes dribble. He gets a demo, tries to get the 50. It's not going to go. Cognition fakes one out. CJ to the sidewall. Ahmed's the last one there to defend. Another pass, but Ahmed playing beautiful defense. It's going to be another ball popped to the backboard. Can Brad capitalize? No, he cannot, as no teammates were there to help him out. Vokes off the sidewall once more. Over to CA7. He pops it up once. It's going to be off the ceiling. CJ gets a front flip. Can't quite find contact. Brad over to Cognition. CA7. He pops it up. Can the Wisp capitalize? No, they can't. 10 seconds left. CJ Fire gets it down the pitch. The Vikings need to get rid of this ball. It's going to be CA7 again with a touch. Vokes gets it down. 1 second left. The ball is still up. Can CA7 score this? He can't quite make it into the net. And the Vikings have a 2-1 lead as we head into match point.
Yeah, I was a little scared there for the Vikings. They're trying to keep it up there at the very end. But, you know, the shot, it wasn't on target, but I guess it didn't really need to be as they were in the lead. But, yeah, huge performance from them. You know, just kind of locked it down at the end. It wasn't anything too crazy. It wasn't anything too flashy. And that just kind of seems like the Vikings play style. It's like they're not too flashy. They'll find the passing plays if they need, but you're not going to go crazy mechanics. Just going to play solid. And, you know, that's all they had to do there in that last game is just play a solid game. Find the, you know, the one opportunity that came their way and capitalize. And, you know, they did there in a low scoring affair. And now they are 1 win away from finding another victory here.
1 win is all they need, but the Wisps, they're still hungry for this one. It was only a 1-goal game, 1-0 to be precise, and the Vikings, all they had to do was put one in the back of the net, and that's what CJ did for them. A beautiful solo play to take this into game number 4 here in Forbidden Temple. Oh boy, this one's gonna get a little crazy.
Yeah, we'll have to see. And, you know, for the Wisps here, I want to see more from Vokes. He's been such a great player all season long. He's one of the top shooters in Nemesis here. He leads Novice League in shots per game, and he's 4th in all of Nemesis in shots per game. And last game, he only had 1 shot. I know it was a low-scoring affair, but, you know, if you're going to come back in this one, you're going to force this game 5. It's got to be this man right here, Vokes, who's up for the shot. But CJ Fire, great on the defense. Vikings is very solid on that backboard.
And again, the defense of the Vikings locking down Vokes once more. He hasn't really been able to do much as CJ, is that a shot? Oh, it just almost trickles in, but Vokes, what a redirect! That is class.
And there is Vokes. Ask for that man, and he shall appear. As look at this outlet from Cog, and then Vokes right there waiting. A great shot to start things off, and that is how you kick off a game 4 on Forbidden Temple when you're trying to force another game 5.
Vokes has entered the kitchen, ladies and gentlemen. He's just turned on the stove, and he's ready to cook as the Wisps up 1-0. Can they make it 2 here? They're in the Viking zone. Ahmed popping it down, but it's going to be Brad who makes contact with it. CJ going to attempt himself, but he backs off of it. The ball is trickling near the midfield, and it's an open shot. If Vokes can get to it, he can't quite before Brad gets in the way. Ahmed with a shot, and the bump and the shot, they make it work.
Yeah, there you go here. You see Vokes just gets a pinch off, and Ahmed just put it on, and yeah, that bump from Vokes just opens up the space. Great setup play from the Wisps, and you can see him starting to play a little faster and starting to play a little more confident, and that is a huge, huge confidence boost here in this game 4 as they look to force this game 5.
We'll see if it's possible for them, as it's looking pretty bright for them, but I mean, as it stands, a 2-0 lead is not a lead you want to have. My least favorite lead of all time, and I think most Rocket League players will agree with me on that, as it can quickly turn, especially with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock. The Wisps are going to have to score another one to really feel comfortable here, and they're not going to feel comfortable anytime soon if the Vikings score. We'll see if that happens. CA7 in his own zone. He's going to get 1 touch over to Brad, who gets 50'd out. CJ off in the midfield wall, and it's gonna be Cognition off the backboard. Can somebody find it? No, they can't quite. Ahmed pops it up for Vokes, but Vokes is not ready for that and plays it safe there. Oh, Vokes getting bumped away. CJ gonna get 50'd out. Vikings playing a little bit aggressive here. This is what you want to see. You need to get a goal early on to make it seem a little more, give yourself a little more breathing room. As a pass out to CA7, he's gonna bang that one in the back of the net. What a performance!
Oh, what a play right here. You see the Vikings, they both try to get it out there to the side, and it's CJ with the pass, and CA7 just leaking down the pitch, ready for that one. A huge play, and they're able to cut the lead in half here. Still 3 minutes exactly on the clock here, so a lot of time left in this game for the Vikings to lock things down and take the series.
We'll see if they can take the series here, or will it go to Champions Field? I mean, right now, it's too hard to tell, as both these teams are absolutely battling to see which one will come up on top. As the ball is 50'd, can Vokes get to it? He sure does. Gets another touch. It's over to CJ Fire, who gets one more, and it's going to settle back in the Viking zone. Cleared out instantly. CJ gonna get one. Can he get a second? He does. That's a beautiful pass from CJ. You know, just give him the ball in that certain part of the field, and he's gonna absolutely demolish your defense. Holy.
Yeah, CJ, he's one of those guys that's just so mechanical, able to find these passes. And I mean, he's done such a great job all season long with those assists. And I mean, he's one of those guys, Gallium, top 10 in assists. He's number 10 in novice. So the man is a dimer, and you give him the ball, let him work, and they have a great opportunity. But they're gonna need some more of that here as the time ticking away. Just under 2 minutes left. Still, too close to comfort for the Wisps here, who are trying to force this game 5. The Vikings just need to lock in here and be careful there to not let it go through.
That was almost a novice moment and a half, as luckily the ball is going to be cleared out. It is now floating by the midfield line, and that's where Cognition is going to make contact. CJ gets it right back. Abed now with a touch. Off the ceiling he goes. Not going to find another one. CA7, he has the ball off the ceiling. There's no way. Oh, a beautiful pass. Unfortunately, Brad was not ready for that one, and I'm not sure I would have been either. That was a magnificent pass from him. Brad off the sidewall. Vokes is going to get a touch, but not quite enough to really clear it out. And CJ Fire, he can't quite find the back of the net. A little bit of a light touch. We'll see if they can't score a banger. CJ, the placement. It's in the back of the net with less than 1 minute to go.
Oh, CJ, he does it again here, and you see Vokes, he just can't quite read it, and the Wisps are just gone. No one in net at all, just they abandoned ship, and CJ, he catches them lacking as they tie it up here in this game number 4, trying to lock down here, avoid this game 5 here. And, Gallium, you were right. That 2-0 lead, it's so dangerous for the winning team. You think it's almost counterintuitive. But this one, off the backboard, the ball in the midfield, but Vokes going to shut it down. And the Wisps happy to hang on here, but the time is ticking.
Oh, and this could be an opportunity for them, but it's not going to go. It's 30 seconds left in this game number 4. Will it be pushed to Champions Field? Or a better question, will it be pushed to overtime? We're about to find out, as CA7 going to try to make a touch. He doesn't have enough boost.
Brad!
Oh my! Brad! He finishes it!
The snack man himself here. He finds the back of the net. What a shot. Look at this placement down there. Bottom left, and Ahmed just not quite in time. And 18 seconds left. The Wisps are in danger here. They need to find one to keep their hopes alive in this series.
What a shot from Brad. He is so clutch. Ice in his veins. Can they get another one here? Yes, they do. CJ is on a tear.
And CJ just finds the dagger right here. See Brad with a great 50, and Cog just left in no man's land. CJ, a huge banger to put it in, and they may have just sent the Wisps home there with that one.
It is possible to score 2 goals in 12 seconds, but it is very unlikely as it's off the backboard. And it's going over to Cognition, who finds one more touch. Can Vokes put it in the back of the net? And it's on target, but Brad, a save is going to get Vikings a big win over one of the best teams in novice. What a performance, especially on stream.
Yeah, just a huge performance there from the Vikings. I mean, what else can you really say? Just lock down there in that one. Some solid performances in pretty much every single game in this series. And then, when it came down to it, Gallium, it looked like the Wisps, could maybe take this when they had the early lead, but the resolve to battle back. I mean, CJ, he just kind of really put the team on his back there with his passing plays and some goals there, and they just sent him home. And the Vikings, Gallium, maybe they're one of these teams that gonna put Novice on a little bit of a watch here. Say, watch out for these Vikings as they take down one of the best teams in Novice right there and cement their spot to move up here in the standings.
And it's a good thing to do it on stream as well. It just kind of shows how much grit you have, especially in such a high population watching you, and every move that you make. Vikings seemed like they made all the right moves tonight, as the Wisps come a little bit short. And honestly, I think it had to do with their positioning play.
Mhm.
I'm not sure how new their roster is, but it seems a little new. It seems a little fresh. I know Vokes has been on the team, I believe, since the beginning. I'm not sure about the other two. So if they mesh together and they get this positioning down pat, they should be a dangerous team come playoff time.
Yeah, they definitely should be. And, that's one of the things we didn't really get to talk about too much is when you switch these rosters up, you can bring together three, great players on their own teams. But when you try to mesh them together, Rocket League is a 3v3 game. It's not about one individual player. It's about how you play well together. And, I think the Wisp just got, a little too jumbled up at times, a little too many mistakes. And the Vikings, you saw it. They were a solid 3-man team, pretty much the entire series. And, they stuck with that. And it powered them through to a win. But you're definitely right in the fact that we will be seeing the Wisp more come postseason time. I'm pretty sure of it. And I'm after this performance, I bet you will be seeing the Vikings as well down to that time.
I think we might just see the Vikings down in playoff time, but as it stands, I believe we've passed the halfway mark for stream games this season, and the playoff race is only getting even tighter. So make sure you and your team absolutely lock in for these last 8 or so games. And, Rockerman, it was an absolute pleasure casting this one with you. What an absolute banger.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. It's always fun, Gallium, to cast this one. Congrats to the Vikings taking a huge dub. And coming up next, folks, we are heading to the Challenger League, where it is a spicy one. We got one of the most decorated players in Nemesis history, Seabiscuit, and the Drakes taking on the Griffins, who are 8-1 this season, only dropping one series to my Ascension boys. Got to throw that out there. But they only dropped one series still all season long. Very impressive. They are a dangerous team, but will it be this dangerous team of the Griffins, or will Seabiscuit and the boys take them down for another win? We're going to have to find out. We're going to be heading to a short break, and we will see you guys in a little bit.
Can't let you go now. Making it so hard. You got to know now. Ooh, taking it too far. Nothing to hold now. I'm falling apart. Out in the cold now. Breathing underwater. Breathing underwater now. I can't let go. Underwater. lost my heart. Don't wanna feel your touch like ice, tracing all my scars. Why is it hurt on the inside? It's unforgivable, but I forgive you every time. Hard to let it go, 'cause we're intertwined. I break you break me, but something about it makes us whole, baby. Every piece keeps us together in the cold. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of gold. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of gold. Frozen in my dream, I can't escape the thoughts of you. If I try to leave, when I'm with you I can't move. It's unforgivable, but I forgive you every time. Hard to let it go, 'cause we're left me in this mess I'm falling. Never know. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer.
Welcome back, everybody. As we round out our first two matchups of the night, we head to the Challenger League to finish off our Wednesday evening. And we got a banger for you. We got the 5-4 Drakes, first place in their division, against the 8-1 Griffins, #1 team in Challenger. And I got the legend himself, Mr. Cooking Bagels, in the booth with me. How we feeling?
Good. How about yourself, Magic?
I'm good. I'm excited for Challenger matchups like these that we get to see guys like Merely, Biscuit, and going up against the #1 team. It's always hype. If you want to run us through the rest of the rosters real quick.
Wait a second. We're casting Merely and Biscuit?
That's right.
I didn't even know that when I agreed to do this. I was just doing this to be nice because I haven't casted in like 6 months. But now that puts it in a whole nother perspective.
I mean, if you got those rosters pulled up, you can do it for me, or I can tell you right now. It's up to you.
Why don't you go ahead?
right.
You're the Challenger League player.
Excuse me. Okay, I'll pretend you didn't say that. We got Biscuit, Merely, and Kiwi on the Drakes, coming on a 4-game win streak, looking to improve to 5 in a row. And on the Griffins, the #1 team in Challenger League, we got Eximity, Axe, Stuffy, and Fort as their 4-man roster. And they're on a 6-game win streak, or 6-match win streak, I should say. So I don't know how much you know about these players other than 2 specific ones, but what you looking to see tonight?
Well, at least from Biscuit and Merely, I'm looking for some passing and mechanics. And I do know, I knew Kiwi is a Nemesis veteran. He's been around since Season 1, so I know that he'll be relatively consistent. As far as the other team is concerned, I don't know any of those people, probably along with 85% of the league at this point. But, I'm just excited to be able to help out and cast a match and see some Rocket League, which I haven't seen in a while.
Fair enough. You rocking with the Drakes, I'm assuming, the upset, or are you going to stick with the top dogs?
I'll go with the Drakes. Why not?
Okay, okay. I like that. That's what I'm feeling too. I'm down to see some merely Biscuit dominance here in the Challenger League, keep their win streak going. This Kiwi's going to shut that down too. Kiwi's been a huge part of this roster in their turnaround after picking up merely. Came off a hold. They've been all over the place with wins against every team they can match up against so far in these last few weeks. As Axe looking to keep their very impressive 8-1 record atop the Challenger League, looking to improve to 9-1. Big 50 from Zim, and Stoof is there to put it. That is almost off the post and in, but it will be wide. The Biscuit will take it across. Pass infield. Axe will try to catch up with it, but Stoof will help him out, take care of it. And 50's out one merely. Last man back here. Actually, he has some help from Biscuit, so no problem there. Kiwi looking to catch this pass, get the scoring started. The first minute, nobody able to find the back of the net. A couple of passing play attempts, but nothing really forming.
Yeah, there was the connections that I was looking for, but it does look like this Griffins roster, like you mentioned, is 8-1, so they are coming out with the speed. As far as the first minute is concerned, they definitely look to be competing, if not in control of the midfield. And, I'm sorry, Magic. I didn't mean that as a diss earlier. I actually forgot that you promoted the rival, as we get a big double tap off the sidewall as I'm trying to get some nice conversation. They just want to get to scoring.
Yeah, they don't really have. They don't agree with your prediction, so they're going to shut you up right there. And we're going to have a nice shot coming through from Mr. Zim. As I got to get used to these names. Axe has his name the same, but Stuffy and Eximity with some shortened names to throw us off. But it will start off the scoring off the ceiling, trying to find a pinch down Stuffy, but he cannot get it done. And Kiwi will take control. It is a powerful back pass, luckily off target. Biscuit barely enough boost to make contact off the wall. And merely he gets baited into a false sense of security as two people easily beat him to that ball. But Kiwi does a nice job to control it. And Biscuit will clear it along the pitch. Kiwi looking up for this one. Pass back down to Merely. Merely, does he have the shot placement? Axe is all over it and shuts it down. He'll get back to it again. Enough boost to follow up for a third touch. Zim off the backboard. A big bump comes through and Merely can't make the save. Nice shot from Stuffy, 2-0 for the Griffins.
Yeah, that was just a great play coming out from the Griffins. High off the backboard, nobody there. Great shot placement from Stoof to put that low, but realistically, it should be 1-1, I'm thinking, for the Drakes. That was a solid opportunity between Biscuit and Kiwi. They got the pass down, but I don't know if Biscuit didn't trust the pass down or if he was expecting it to be more in line with his positioning. And by the time Merely came in, the shot wasn't quite ready to be in a scoreable position at that point, and kind of an opportunity gone awry, but still, they've had a few looks at the net here, and 2-0 isn't out of the question to come back from.
Yeah, and that play, Biscuit, he kind of dipped to the corner, expected that pass to come down to Merely, and Merely was playing a safe third man, so the play just kind of crumbled before it got too dangerous for the defense. Axe half flips into position, but Kiwi is there in time. But he will make contact on this one. Merely looking to the top corner, off the crossbar. And another follow-up from Biscuit, can't find it. Merely and Biscuit. Look for them to connect a lot in this series, as you pointed out. The first few have not found really too much of a threat to the defense of the Griffins, as they still find themselves scoreless. There is Kiwi getting the assist from the Biscuit pass, and that is a lead cut in half.
A man after my own art, and a lot of other things, but it's an absolute fake. We love the fakes. I don't know if that was quite his intention or if he just couldn't make the read. But either way, the fake came out, and Kiwi able to put enough pace on that ball to get that one through to the net. And, they're only come up with 3 shots so far, but really the past minute, they're starting to heat up on the offensive side. As I say that, a shot almost ringing into the left side of the net there. But the Drakes are starting to look better at the net. They almost got a similar pass play down from the ceiling, but again, wasn't converted on, but able to work their way to a deficit of 1 now.
And probably the 2 top MVP candidates, and at least in my mind, and according to stats, are Biscuit and Eximity. And they're matching up here with an open net for Biscuit. If he can put some pace on it, he will do so and tie us up. So I do believe the #1 goal scorer in all of Challenger by a good 10 goals. We'll put another one in.
Yeah, and this shows you how long I've been out of the game. They got Transformers goal explosions now.
Apparently so.
That's due to be. But yeah, Biscuit I'm not sure if the demo led to that or if Griffins were just being a little bit overconfident, but either way, net completely open and not a lot of speed on that ball, but Biscuit able to keep flipping into that with 0 boost. And again, they're caught out here. Stu flash back, and he gets a huge 50 from Kiwi, and Kiwi steps up for his second goal of the game.
Yeah, the Griffins team, they have a lot of demos this season, and they're kind of overcommitting on their tips to catch out a free target. And that's 2 easy rollers into the net. Big 50 from Kiwi. I mean, when Merely's at 54 points and you're still winning, there's a lot of room to blow this team out if you're the Drakes. They're looking good. Nice fake off from Kiwi, but somehow Zim able to stay with it. And Merely will be there first for the challenge. Not the best touch, but it does the job. And oh my gosh, what a free flip from Axe. That is disgusting.
And I mean, that is, I'll just give him props here in a second, but great pass with the pre-flip. Not able to quite get there in time, but that was a huge miscue from the Drakes, actually, a big double commit. And on top of the double commit, they just, neither one of them between Biscuit and Merely got a solid hit to get it out, and the 50 led to that great play. And, Challenger League's looking a lot more speedy than I remember it to be.
I mean, when you get guys like Biscuit and Merely coming down to Challenger, it shows the pace it's moving up, and that's not a shot you would see but like once a season in seasons prior, but that's almost pretty routine in the shots like that in the Challenger League in these times. And Zim, probably the best player in this team in most people's opinion. He's trying to get something started here in the last 30 seconds. He has 1 goal, but other than that, held pretty quietly. It's his teammates that are doing very nicely. There's another great shot from Axe. He is taking control of game 1.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, it's definitely not as fast as I'm accustomed to playing, although I'm pretty much washed and retired at this point. But, like, I can tell just the way he was going for that, I could tell he had the read all the way, and that was a snipe into the left third there, and Biscuit didn't quite trust it. He started to creep out of net a little bit, and that's why it went off his own car into the net. And after getting 3 straight goals coming down from 2-0, now they're sitting down by 1, 10 seconds left. They're going to have to get a quick attack.
Yeah, I mean, guys like Merely just step up. He has been very quiet for his standards in this first game. Axe is playing an incredible game 1. Pass midfield from Merely to Biscuit. Biscuit can't find it. Good defense coming through from Zim. They'll follow up. Waldash just to try to keep with it. The Kiwi will just put it down himself. And the Griffins, they improve to a 1-0 record here in their series.
Yeah, not quite the pass or the hit out that Kiwi was looking there in the final seconds. A decent shot attempt to try and tie it at 0 seconds as well between Biscuit and Merely. Like you said, you were looking for the connection, or we were both saying looking for the connection between Biscuit and Merely, both vets of Nemesis, both people I've played with a lot. And the connections were there, but they just weren't crisp or fast enough to really get anything threatening on the net. And on top of that, there was the weird pass drop down that wasn't executed on, and then the double commit that led to that third goal to tie it up for the Griffins. So definitely on offense, it looks like they're synced up for the most part, but that's a big double commit there that led to the tying goal with 30 seconds left, I believe.
Yeah, it kind of seems like they don't really know where the Griffins players are at all times. Kind of just get caught off guard by a random cut or a random touch, and this results in a very quick goal. Merely 100 boosts and a chance to make a play happen. Keeley with the demo merely dribbles it almost over the top of Stuffy. Stuffy does enough to launch it to the backboard where a teammate is able to clean it up. Biscuit lobs it towards the net. Not a great touch from Axe as it's right to Merely. He will stay with it off the ceiling. Not enough boost to do anything here. Let's see his at a donut of 0. And Stuffy just takes the free ball. Keeley kind of threw it at him. And Stuffy trying to find a shot. He can't. The shot from Axe is almost in off the crossbar. And there's the follow-up from Zimity. And that's a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, I will say, I mean, game one, very competitive. Only a 1-goal game. And the speed between these two teams is there. But one thing that's separating the two of them, I know I'm kind of looking for Merely and Biscuit to win in this, but I'll admit the Griffins' precision shot placement is pretty on point. There was the snipe in the left third to get the game-winning goal 4-3, and that one, the double tap too. Griffins are looking great, but the Drakes have something to say before they run away with the series.
Yeah, Zemini, he tried to take way too much time there, and then the touch he did get was not great. Biscuit with his ugly transformer goal explosion that we have to see because he steals the goal. We have a tie game here. As merely will spin this back right to Kiwi, who's first to it. Tries to 50 at one, but Stuffy. Great read on the situation. Can't follow up, but Axe is there. Flicks it over. Biscuit is there, but not a great touch. Slow roller merely will get to it. And Stuffy will have a free ball. Has enough boost to follow up. Will steal the corner instead of the beat. And Kiwi will stay in front of the ball. Whiff comes through from Axe. With a good 50 by Eximity.
Oh no.
Past midfield on a double commit means a free ball here for Axe with 40 boost to work with. Looking to get something going past midfield. No pace to it. It was an easy read for the defense. About 2 minutes gone by, or a minute and a half gone by. Both teams kind of not playing their best ball right now.
Yeah, definitely a bit of questionable decision-making on defense for the Griffins. The offense is absolutely there. The shooting is there. Another pass play comes out. The three-piece is almost going to work its way through, but a last-second block shuts down that great play. And, yeah, Griffins look great on offense. Actually able to stand up to that play on defense, though. But meanwhile, the Drakes, besides that play, it seems like the chemistry is not quite there. Again, a few big double commits between Biscuit and Merely. I would expect that maybe between either of those two players combined with Kiwi, but not quite with these two players. As the missed pass play, not going to find its mark. So definitely chemistry still an issue. This deep into the season is more missed shots coming out.
Yeah, I hate to dog on my boy, but I think we both have the right to talk a little bit of crap about Merely's shooting performance in this game because he's had a few chances. And when the Griffins are shooting like they are, you have to take every chance you get.
Yeah, and Drake's had probably 3 good, solid chances in a row to make a scoring opportunity come out, and they give the Griffins 1 opportunity, and they hit their mark. Just Griffins, the more consistent team on offense at the moment. And so Drakes, they really got to make the most of the opportunities when they can. They're 1 for 5, expecting to at least put in 3 of 5 with how good of chances they had.
Yeah, the chances they've had have probably been easy putaways most of the time if they're just playing comp, but on stream here they're unable to find the accuracy. Kiwi dunked out, but he will get a pass from Biscuit. Kiwi cannot find the read, and Stuffy passed over to Axe. Axe trying to route up a defender, but Biscuit, the veteran, has seen that trick too many times to be fooled. Follows up with the pre-flip, and that might find its way in, but a good save by Stuffy. Pass midfield by Merely. Kiwi not fast enough to the ball. Means Biscuit, last man back. We'll have to buy some time here. Good beat by Merely there. Under 2 minutes left to go. They have to get on the other side of the pitch. They will find themselves down 2-0 in the series against the top team. That's a backflip from Mr. Murr, and Stuffy will put it away no problem.
Yeah, I mean, that's ultimately a mistake by Merely there, but I mean, really, Kiwi's got to do a little bit better in that corner. I don't think he quite got the first touch he was looking for, and that kind of dished it off to, I believe it was Zim in the corner there, and just kind of hit it around him. But even before that, just all the Drakes players kind of using a lot of boost. They're very speedy players, but they're using a lot of boost to try and contest in the air in midfield, and they're just getting beat out by these Griffins players. Not due to lack of speed or decision-making, but it's just challenges that they really shouldn't be going for. And when a team is this fast, sometimes you kind of just got to be patient and then see if they're actually going to convert on every opportunity from the midfield. Now, when they're attacking the inner box, they're absolutely dive on the ball, but in midfield, kind of just let them do their thing. Maybe they'll make a mistake.
Yeah, and all the touches from the Griffins feel like they could do exactly what they want. And the Drakes is quite the opposite right now. Is Kiwi can't find the flick, but it kind of does the job. Biscuit has to navigate around Kiwi. And Merely has boost to make a play here. They'll just take the 50. Stuffy got to settle underneath it with full boost. Looking for the pinch off stealing. He does so. It's right to Biscuit. Biscuit puts it high down up to Kiwi. Kiwi back down. Biscuit gets a demo, and that's just an all-out play attempt from the Drakes. They're down 2 goals. They needed something. Now they find themselves probably giving up a goal. Yeah, Eximity will put it in the back of the net. He is up to 555 on the scoreboard and having a great game too.
Yeah, I don't really blame Merely for going for that one because, you know, like you said, down by 2, 40 seconds. Kind of maybe the demo might have screened out the final defender there, might get lucky with a big 50. But realistically, like you said, that was a an all-in opportunity, and it did not go their way. Although good pass out will be shut down, but still, I mean, like I said, I've been out of the game a while, but I can see why these guys are 8-1. They're pretty good. They are very solid.
You can see a little bit of an oopsie here. It's Biscuit and Merely kind of did a little NRG Fireburner Garrett G in the midfield, but I don't think it really matters to them. They're already flushing this game 2 away and looking to make a reverse sweep against the #1 team in Challengers. So I guess good luck to them, because I mean, if only one team has been able to take a series off them, and that wasn't until I think that was match number 3. Since then, they have not dropped a series. Now you have to reverse sweep them. I don't know how that's going to get done.
Yeah, I mean, either way, this was probably a tough ask for them. But Merely did say that his team's been 4-1 since he rejoined the league. So I mean, from coming, what is that, 1-4 to 5-4? I mean, that's pretty good. About halfway through the season, I'm thinking, or a little over halfway through the season for these teams. So good progress for them. So this is probably their first real test as a team. And so far, it's not going the way that they imagined. But that being said, game 1, very competitive. They were in the driver's seat until they gave up that tying 3rd goal. And I don't really think this game was out of the realm of possibilities either. I think Griffins is looking like the more dominant team. But just looking at the shots, 7-8. They only got outshot by 1 shot, and they had plenty of opportunities to score. They just weren't consistent on the accuracy there, while Griffins were. So I'm thinking a reverse sweep was probably out of the question, but in terms of winning this series, I think they definitely could have won this series if they got at least one of these 2 games. But, you know, who knows? Crazier things have happened that I've casted anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of feels like once they lost that first game, the Griffins just got too comfortable and they just played their game in that last one. Even with a slow start, they were still able to get the win. Now it's 2-0 up for the Griffins, looking to make a sweep happen. Biscuit, he's played pretty well, all things considered so far. Merely takes a 50. Biscuit looking for demos, leaves Kiwi last back, and I mean, can you even say anything to describe how on point the Griffins are in these passing plays and these connections?
Yeah, I mean, they're just... They got it on lock. That being said, it did kind of look like Kiwi might have been able to get there, but just sneakily able to get that past. And now that's the 2nd time they've scored within the first 20 seconds past 2 games. But, I mean, I'm not quite sure of these players' records in Nemesis. I don't know if this is all their first season or if they've been around a bit, if they've played with each other in the past. But these 3 players look very coordinated together. Not only in terms of the chemistry, these passing plays, but just the mechanics. They look on point. Very rare are they making mechanical mistakes, more just decision-making mistakes. And I might have to tune into the Challenger League playoffs, because surely they will be there.
Yeah, looking pretty likely. As easily,
oh my God!
Stuffy is just disgusting. All 3 of these players just take their own situations and do it themselves. We've seen clips from Axe. We've seen some nice goals from Eximity. I mean, why not throw one yourself, Stuffy, and take a 2-0 lead in a match point game? And that's got to feel bad for the Drakes. They're now up against not only 2 games, but now 2 goals in this decider. Biscuit looking for Kiwi. Finally, a bit of connection coming through. And everybody just whiffs on that ball. So free touch for Eximity. Axe trying to find a pass midfield, but it's shut down. Kiwi over his head. Merely will follow it up. Tries to get a dunk there, cannot do so. They have to play extremely aggressive here, Bagels, or they're just going to watch this one slip away very quickly.
So, I mean, at the same time, they do have 3 minutes and 30 seconds to work with. They got time, but, you know, you definitely got to do something to disrupt the momentum. It's got to be some bumps or something. Just, they got to win the 50s. Big 50 right there, almost just trickling its way into the net. But, I mean, yeah, the Griffins have scored the last 6 goals in the series. Granted, Game 2 was a bit of a blowout, 5-1, but they've scored the last 6 goals that have been scored. Last one for the Drakes was at 4 minutes and 40 seconds about in Game 2, so it's been a bit of a scoring drought, and they need to get something going.
Yeah, overcommit here might be a chance for the Drakes. Merely looking for a shot, and that will be in. So Merely finally getting his name on the screen as he puts it on target. You could tell the overcommit had happened, and Eximity trying to do his best to buy some time, but Merely in the right place to put it on target. And you're right, I mean, now it's just 1 goal needed, 3 minutes left. They can kind of sit back and play their game. It's just got to be a lot cleaner than we've seen so far. But that's just going to go right into their net off the kickoff. So scratch that idea. Back to being aggressive.
Yeah, not quite. Just, yeah, I mean, that's just unfortunate. But in that situation, you kind of got to know that's coming. Maybe the ball was, he was shadowed behind the ball, so he couldn't quite see. But you got to know somebody's cheating up in a game of threes, so you got to try and hit that to the left or the right side. As a double tap, Shirley's going to come out from Ziv. Nobody jumping from the Griffins defense. And, you know I said be patient from the midfield, but when they get in the inner third, somebody's got to go.
Yeah, I think Kiwi has to be backward there. He's 100 boost, and he knows the double's coming, and he just stays on the ground when he already has a teammate on the ground playing in that spot. So he kind of just gives away the backboard, and you cannot give away the backboard to a team like this that is so mechanical and just clicking at the right time. He merely cannot find the reach on that, but he does get the dunk, and that is enough for now. Kiwi behind the ball gets 50'd out. Halfway left to go. And a very dominating performance so far from the Griffins. Biscuit trying to get it past Stuffy, cannot do that. Kiwi, one touch, no follow-up means a free shot coming through from Zim. But it's cleared away by Kiwi. Another shot comes through. I think that's just barely wide. Biscuit was there either way. Good back pass, but not a great first touch. So probably get it midfield with a good corner double. And if not followed up, Kiwi, good speed. Axe, full boost. What does he have cooking this time? He has a teammate pre-jumping him to his left. That just shows you how they're feeling right now.
It's working. It's gonna work.
Gosh. Almost a double coming through from Axe, but you can see they're just freestyling right now.
Yeah, they're definitely feeling it, and kind of a little bit to what you were saying earlier, like the Drakes, they have to play their game. I'm not quite sure what their game is. Like, I know that they're all talented players, but as a three-piece together, I'm not quite sure what the strategy is. I'm not quite sure what's being successful.
So
another precision shot. I mean, game after game, and surely series after series at this point. This is probably what's been happening to all the other teams.
Yeah.
But I could tell from game one that just the precision and the power and the accuracy on these shots is absolutely crazy for a challenger team.
I mean, damn. I guess shout out to Rockerman and Ascension, the only team to take them down, and they swept them. I don't know if that was full rosters going head-to-head, but if so, and it sounds like it was, so I don't know what to tell you. If Ascension get to get it done, I mean, surely the Drakes could have done something that's better than whatever this is we're seeing right now.
Yeah, it's just domination. But kind of back to what I was saying, I don't know what the Drakes' game is. I don't know what their strategy is. I saw some passing plays try to come out, try kind of the front man duo of Biscuit and Merely, but I don't know if that just was abandoned. It's not being executed, but I can absolutely tell the game plan for the Griffins is to use the mechanics, and when the passing plays are presented, they are being performed and executed on top of getting a bit of demos here and there. Not that heavy on the demo play, but it's just they're executing on the Drake's mistakes, and on top of that, they're just extremely consistent. They're hitting the shots, and the quality of shots, the accuracy of the shots is absolutely there.
Yeah, I think the game plan is just be better than all your opponents. As
Apparently.
Brazil comes through. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, the Drakes, they have a game plan, and as we pointed out pre-game, it's Kiwi filling in the gaps while Merely and Biscuit do their thing. But I think after that first game, the tilt just set in, and you can tell they just gave up on that and said, let's try to not get, 7-1 on. And it finally happened here is the Griffins. You really just have to tip your cap and say, yeah, you're just better than us today. And look forward to the next match where you have a much easier opponent no matter who it is. Because this is impressive, as you said, for Challenger.
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure as my first venture into Nemesis in quite a few months, but obviously the Drakes are going to be moving to 5-5 at this point. Griffins to 9-1. Not quite sure what the Challenger League playoffs are looking like, but as another garbage time goal is scored, I think for sure the Drakes are going to make their way into the playoffs. If not, the play-ins, if not playoffs at least. They definitely look like a capable team. You saw it in the series. They were in the driver's seat in Game 1 after coming back down 2-0, and it was the competitive 1-1 scoreline in Game 2 until about 2 minutes left, and then kind of the roller coaster just started. And the roller coaster did not stop. They got on the ride again here in Game 3, as it is 8-1. So a little bit disheartening that they weren't able to make this series more competitive, but I do have confidence in their season going forward. That being said, Griffins with an absolutely dominant sweep.
Yeah, I mean, I think they play Orbit next to the Drakes, so another 5-4 team. So not exactly a week off or a match off. They gotta win that one because the teams they're close with in the standings is kind of important. You don't expect them to win a game like this. I mean, we gave them the prediction just because of the bias for our guys, but I think they shut us up really quickly and they take a dominating sweep. But that is all we have planned for tonight is a Game 5 thriller in the Titan League, an upset in the Novice League, and then just a complete destruction of a team in the Challenger League. As any final words from the GOAT, Mr. Bagels?
I'm I'm a little sad that my boys lost.
Yeah.
But that being said, I'm very excited. I know I say this usually at the end of the playoffs every season I cast. But I mean, it's just crazy how far Nemesis has come in terms of like the mechanics and how the players and the MMR boundaries and everything. Like Challenger League season 1 to like Challenger League season 4, season 5, and we're in season 9 now, right?
Yep.
I believe we're in season 9. If this is what Challenger is now, like that's just absolutely wild to see these kinds of calibers of players going off, and it was exciting to watch. And
You should see Novice League. They're hitting flipper sets now. It's a different
oh my
place. It's crazy.
I'd like to think I could come back to Titan and make playoffs, but I really don't know at this point.
It's a different world since you've been gone.
It
But
is.
yeah, it's impressive. These guys put on a show, and that's what we like to see on stream. So shout out to the Griffins on a great series, and thank you for everybody for joining us tonight for our 3 matches. And keep the grind going. We'll see y'all next week.